Good evening, Wizards Nation. So I want to do a stream. Dang, what the hell? I want to do a stream detailing our improved recent play because, dude, we are 3-3 in the past 6 games. We started off this season 1-15. We are now 6-23. We have a chance tomorrow to have our first back-to-back dubs this entire season. And we play the Grizzlies tomorrow. They might want revenge against us, considering we had a 28-point comeback against them. I believe it was 28 points. But if you've been a diehard Wizards fan, which I feel like most of us are in this stream, we've seen this team do like not a 180, obviously, but, we've just seen new life. We see the vision. We see Will Dawkins' vision, how he's building his team. We see him coming to fruition. All right? I want to know that some key players who have been, playing much better during this stretch. Obviously, the first guy that comes to mind is Bub Carrington. This man has been shutting up all the haters. Let me get to the freaking notes real quick here. Like Greg Winford said, we are now 3-3 over the past 6 games with 2 of those wins by 19 points. Like I said, it's not the most impressive record over a 6-game span, but for a team which started 3-20, it's certainly a step in the right direction. Yeah, we started 1-15, dude. 1-15. We are now 6-23. I'm not trying to glaze that record. Of course not. We still got some work to do. But you see it. Dudes like Bub Carrington is turning it around and helping this team get these dubs. I want to shout out some guys like Marvin Bagley, the unheralded heroes, Justin Champagnie, Will Riley. Those 2 dudes coming into play for other players who have been injured and out of the lineup or have been benched. Can't win more. Trey Johnson has had a really good 4-game span as of late. Drummer Boy says, missed the stream last night. Had my first child on a Wizards dub last night. Our newest Wizards fan is here. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear. Congratulations to Drummer Boy. Everybody. He's probably the only guy in the stream, but congratulations, man. Congratulations. Happy for you and your family. Anyways, I didn't mean to say anyways on that. Let me turn this thing on real quick. I have a couple of stats here for you guys because, look, this is what Greg Frankfurt said as well last night, and it really caught my attention. Our young core of George, Sarr, Coulibaly, Carrington, and Johnson combined for 86 points and 63% from the field in last night's dub. Clearly, it is a peek into what Will Dawkins is building in Washington, a young core of quality draft picks and developing at a rapid pace. The Young Bucks are leading us to these dubs. Now, I will admit also, CJ McCollum has played much better as of late. Uncle Wee said, keep missing you live, but I caught you now. Great show. Thanks, man, Uncle Wee. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, look, there's a couple of tweets and stats here that I want to show you guys. This one's from Damo regarding our recent improvements. If you guys don't follow this dude on Twitter, you're missing out, man. He's the best one. Him and Greg Feinberg, in my opinion. He's saying, we started off 1-15, but we have been 5-8 since Thanksgiving. What changed? Here are his notes. Offense hasn't jumped from by far the worst in the league to 19th. Much better play from Bub, which we talked about. 12, 12, and 4 on shooting splits of 44, 42% from the 3, 70% from the 42% from the 3, man. Like I said last night, he is becoming a 3-point specialist. He's added that to his bag this year. He shot 34% from the 3 as a rookie, now up to 42% on a healthy 4.4 attempts per game. 3-point specialist. CJ McCollum, he says here, we talked about that. He's playing averaging 21, 3 and 3 on shooting splits of 47, 40, and 76. We saw the rumors yesterday we talked about regarding the CJ McCollum possible trade to the Clippers, and apparently the Clippers are interested in him. I would love that because they said they might offer us 2 or 3 second-round picks, which would be awesome. But not only that, it would help the Clippers get wins and get them out of the freaking tankathon race with us. Drummer Boy saying, Bub is coming along better than Denny did this early. Trey is better than Beal at this point in his career. Key and Sarr are elite. We are on right pace. Yeah, we are right on pace, and just wait until the lottery. But let me see here. Bagley and JC, Justin Champagnie, we talked about Justin Champagnie. They're rebounding. Yeah, Champagnie, man, pound for pound, Champagnie may be one of the best rebounders in this league, dude. Like he says here, they're combining 14 rebounds per game. Right now, it's looking like the roster construction of this team, we know what we need. A guy who can collapse the defense. Another defensive anchor. But we can get that in this draft. It's exciting, y'all. It's exciting. One thing we've learned regarding not just Bub, but just in general, this season, we got to be patient. We got to be patient. And I'm honestly, like, people might get mad hearing this, but like, odds are we're probably going to get back on a losing streak soon. Doesn't matter. But, I want to see stints like this. You see, everybody knows that we got to keep our draft pick this year, but you want to show improvement. I called it this year. I was like, I want to win at least 21 to 23 games. I'm expecting 23. This was before the season. We won 18 last year. I want to see improvement, y'all. Like, the win-loss record, like, I was scared. I'm going to be honest. I was scared. I was just like, dude, if we regress and we win less than 18 games this year, will that be a clear indicator of our future? And I was like, well, if we do win less than 18 games, it would be like dudes like Sarr and George would not have improved as much as we would hope so. But this year, even when we were 1-15, Keyshawn, George, and Alex Sarr have been like a key. Like, they're looking like key contributors moving forward. Like, I think Keyshawn, George, and Alex Sarr have all-star potential. Especially Alex Sarr. And we've seen them, like, those two have been like the far most impressive players this year. But now we see the entire team surrounding Keyshawn, George, and Alex Sarr, catching up. Let's see what y'all saying. Can we get Damo on the podcast? Damo on here will be lit. I need to reach out to him. I don't know if he would. I have much for. I said myself, like, during the summer, I was just like, I need to start inviting people on the stream, like a interview. Obviously, just Wizard content creators. I'm gonna look into that, y'all. First, I need to figure out this whole OBS Studios thing. But yeah, that's one thing that I need to improve on. Anyways, I got y'all though. I got y'all. Hopefully he'll say yeah. What if he's like, fuck no, dude. So this article came out also recently. Let me put this up here real quick. They already brought up Greg Fimmer's streak. One second. Balak Coulibaly also had an awesome game last night, man. Andrew Kill TV says, I see the improvement from the players this year regardless of our record. I agree, but mainly this, like in the beginning of the season when we were 1-15, we saw primarily just Alex Sarr and Keyshawn George. Now we're seeing everybody else. I feel like that's the main difference. Now we're seeing everybody else surrounding them catching up. Now we see it. Says right here, don't let the NBA clones fool you. The Wizards' future is dark. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is last night's, 23 points for Keyshawn George, Coulibaly 21, Sarr 15, Carrington 15, Champagnie, like, people keep comparing him in the chat to Josh Hart, like our version of Josh Hart. The fact that we locked him in, I consider Champagnie as a guy who's going to be a role player for us in the future, man. People forget this man's only 24 years old. People forget. This man's only 24. Like, Champagnie's not 28, 29. Champagnie's young. And his game is still developing because he barely played in his first couple of years in the season. I consider Champagnie as a dude who's going to be in our rotation moving forward. And it sucks. Like, the thing that sucks because, like, we know Coach Keefe, like, early on in the season was barely playing Champagnie. He'll only play him in stints. Now he's being forced to play him more, I feel like, because dudes have gone down with injuries, unfortunately. But we've seen this about Champagnie. Avery says, relax, everybody rocks with you except Ted and his son. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Let's see here. Thing like that. So let's here's some stats, y'all. Let's talk about some stats. Y'all know me. Right now we're 25th in points per game. Rebounds per game we've actually improved on. We are now 18th. Like Damo said, much of that could be attributed to, or should be attributed to, Marvin Bagley and Justin Champagnie. We are 4th in blocks due to our elite rim protector in Alex Sarr. We have improved a bit, just a bit in our turnovers. Like we started off horrible. I believe we were averaging 16 at one point. We're down to 14.9, but still, we want us to get that lower. 3-point percentage, we are now 14th. That could be attributed to dudes like, obviously, Keyshawn George, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson. I think, like, we got our backcourt possible of the future with Bub Carrington and Trey Johnson, two dudes who are, in my opinion, 3-point specialists. I mean, we already know about Trey Johnson, but Bub Carrington himself, man, he is making a name for himself this year with that. Defensively, though, like, I feel like our perimeter defense is still ass, honestly. Not to bring this stream down, but like I saw way too many open shots, not just last night, but also the game against the Hornets as well. Too many open shots, too many open threes. Steals per game, we are 30th in the league in that aspect. Assist to turnover ratio, we are 23rd. But you see marginal improvement, y'all. As a matter of fact, in this website, offensive rebounding, we're 18th. Defensive rebounding, we are 13th. Imagine if Marvin Bagley, who is probably one of the best offensive rebounders in this league, got like 30 minutes a night with Champagnie. This is like those two are primarily holding this ranking up just to 18th. Let's see up here real quick. Points per game, like I said, 25th in the league. Rebounds per game, we're 21st in the league. But this power ranking recently came out from Bleacher Report. They still have us 30th. I don't know about that, honestly. Considering we are 3-3 in the past 6 games. They have us 30th. I'd have us over the see, like our net rating right now is minus 13.7, but that's primarily attributed to the beginning of the season. We were historically ass. Like it was getting to the point where I was getting worried. I was just like, wait a second. Bob Carrington not him anymore? What you mean? No. I don't think we're 30th as of right now. Granted, we could relegate ourselves back to 30th. I'll probably say 29. 29 or 28. The Pacers are on a 7-game losing streak, y'all. So, record-wise, they have the worst record. Anyways, they say here regarding us, they said that Washington Wizards got a win this week! Exclamation points. Talking about the chef, Marvin Bagley, 26-year-old, who was drafted ahead of Luka Doncic. Okay, we know this already. Why you got a dog on him like that? In Tuesday's loss, he had 15 points on 5% from the field in 21 minutes, bringing his average to the season of 10.2 points in just 19.5 minutes per game, y'all. His shot selection has been better with the Wizards than at any point in his career. He's been a bit more dependable on defense, and he's doubled up last season's assist percentage. And he's a pick-and-roll demon with Bob Carrington. With the recent reports we saw in the previous stream regarding how teams are interested in Marvin Bagley, I don't know. My bad. I don't know, man. I keep saying this. I would only trade him for the right price. Only. Andrew Kill TV says, if we get another wing next year in the draft, do you think we can run Key at the point? It depends. I feel like if we get DeBonsa, I think they're going to run Bub at the point. You know? DeBonsa will be the guy who collapses the defense, applies rim pressure, because you want to surround that guy with shooters. space the court, space the floor. Imagine like you see like the bouncer would be the guy who collapses the defense. And then you got, shooters out there with Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Bub Carrington, even Alex Sarr, who's averaging 36% from the three this year. And AJ DeBonsa, who's been a guy who, his three-point shot hasn't been it this year. Granted, he's barely taken threes this year. But that would be the rotation. That would be the lineup. I'd think that. It will be Bub, Trey, DeBonsa, Keyshawn George, and Alex Sarr. Surround DeBonsa with 4 shooters. Especially 3 bona fide shooters. Three knockdown shooters, yo. Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, and Bub Carrington. Oh, DeBonsa would feast with that. He would feast. Anyways, getting off topic here. But yeah, man. We play the Grizzlies tomorrow. John Morant, I believe, is back already. The Grizzlies are 15-16. They've won 2 games in a row. They might want revenge on our asses. Let's just be honest. They might come in here looking for revenge. But, like I said earlier, this is our first. We could win our first back-to-back this season. We currently are tied, kind of tied with the Pacers for the worst record in the league. And then it's Sacramento after that, Pelicans and Clippers. But, going back to the original tweet, you see the vision. You see the vision playing out. And what makes it more exciting is because now we got more draft picks, hopefully a top draft pick coming in next year. We know Will Dawkins is probably going to cook in a trade deadline and get more draft assets. We know we got all that cap space coming in. I believe it was $85 million in cap space. It could still improve as well if we trade Corey for expiring. I don't know how we're going to do that. But still. And we got Will Dawkins leading the way, which I said in the previous video yesterday, looking at his draft classes with us, the only draft pick who I feel like may not be here in the future is Tristan Vucevic, or the Vooch, as we call him here. And the Vooch might actually have he might actually have a guess of a footing in the NBA with another team, perhaps. I can definitely see him carving out a Mo Wagner type role. Mo Wagner used to play with us, but the Vooch needs to improve in certain facets of his game, especially defense. I like Jameer Watkins, dude. I think Jameer, if he improves that 3, this is a guy who's going to be a 3-and-D wing. If he improves that 3, his defense is already NBA caliber. His defense is already really solid. Extremely solid. The man had 8 steals in the summer league. Whenever he gets minutes, one thing I also want to shout out and basically state to all the Wizards fans is another thing that I wanted this year was I wanted our young bucks to figure out their roles with us moving forward. We were going to have like an identity crisis considering the 3 first-round picks we had last year. But you see them carving out their roles this year as well. Even Trey Johnson. I feel like he's going to get more of a feel in the second half of the season when he gets more minutes. Keyshawn George is now that secondary playmaker in our lineup. He sees it. He knows it. Alex Sarr. Unicorn, but elite rim protector. A guy who can stretch the floor. Bub Carrington, 3-point specialist. All right, that's going to be him. That's going to be his game moving forward. Trey Johnson, just a scoring hub. Potential 3-level scorer. He went 0 of 3 last night from the 3, but I saw him applying some rim pressure, y'all. Will Riley still waiting some time. Like we don't know what he's gonna be, but with these minutes, Champagnie. Like we see them figuring out their roles moving forward. Hey, man, really happy for our Young Bucks, dude. Like I said, we're 3-3 in the past 6 games, 5-8 since Thanksgiving. Now, obviously, we don't want to screw our tank over. um, I don't think we're ever going to do that because, truth be told, if we ever start truly winning, these veterans are going to be shipped out like that. Primarily McCollum. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade McCollum, and I honestly would trade McCollum to the Clippers. Like I said earlier in the stream, I want McCollum to help the Clippers get out of the tanking odds. And it seems like the Clippers are interested for McCollum for 2 or 3 second-round picks. Fuck it. I'm pretty sure Dawkins is holding up to see if there's anything better than that. But, I mean, again, these are all speculative rumors. Sources said this. Not me. I ain't got no sources. But, we play the Grizzlies tomorrow, and then we have a game against the Suns on Monday, back-to-back. And the Suns this year, man, the Suns have looked much better than expected. They are 17-13, y'all. A 2-game winning streak. So, and then we play the Bucks on Wednesday. Anyways, I'm going to end this stream, y'all. Just want to do a quick stream detailing how we've improved as of late. I'm excited, dude. And I'm not going to lie. Last night, after we won, I was happy. But I will admit, and I freaking hate being in this freaking situation. I hate this. I'm happy. Of course, I want to see my team win. But I look around the NBA, I'm just like, oh, fuck. All right, hopefully these guys won, Man, I just hate being in a lottery, man. It's too much anxiety for me, Too much anxiety for me. CJ could go to ATL for KP expiring plus draft picks. Yeah, perhaps. See what they do with Trey Young. Wiz Kids on the rise, dude. Yeah, we are, man. We are on the rise. And, people keep dogging us. I saw this tweet. I'm going to show you all this tweet. People keep dogging us. Like, we are the butt of the joke. And you know what? All right. I'm keeping receipts. Not just like Twitter, but like the media keeps dogging us. All right. Let's see if you hop on the bandwagon when we start winning. Because this was a tweet that said, if LeBron was on the Wizards, they're kind of dogging us. They're saying, if LeBron was on the Wizards, he would not be the first option. He would be the third option. Okay, whatever. they're pretty much talking about LeBron James and his current downfall. I'm not downfall, but father time. I don't know, y'all. Well, let's end this stream right now. I am running out of things to talk about. But yeah, man, go Wizards. Happy to see this. I feel like we're going to see stints of this more moving forward. But I will admit, I wouldn't be surprised if we go on a losing streak after this. Yeah. I just keep thinking about the Grizzlies. The way we came back on them, they're going to want to whoop our ass. Crocs Wild No Sock says, it's very exciting. Still riding high off last night's dub, especially since it's their first 20-point win this season. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, Crocs, man, we got a chance to go back-to-back dubs tomorrow for the first time this season. I don't know if we're going to do it, though. I think, Jaw's back. He played recently. But he's been ass. But still, let me get the Suns. So I'm looking here because I got the calendar right here for the Wizards. I don't know, man. Anyways, if the NBA, if Adam Silver gives us a top 3 pick, it's over. It's over. If Adam Silver were to treat us like they treat the San Antonio Spurs with 2 top 4 picks in a row or consecutive. Like, what? No, 3. My bad. Wemby. Dylan Harper. If he could bless us just one more time, he blessed us with Sarr. Bless us just one more time, and I swear to you, we will not be back in the lottery. I just want to be blessed. Bless me just one time, one more time. That's all I want. You fucked us over like, 6 times this decade already. 3 times in the early rebuilding stage, getting 9 picks out of the 9th pick every single year. Last year already. I think it was 4 times this earlier this decade where we got racked in the lottery. And then last year, so it was 5 times. I just want to be blessed just one time, Lord. Just one time. One more time. And I promise you, I will never ask anything more for the next 10 years. Crocs Wild No Socks with the last comment of the day. Ain't worried about Ja. We got Jameer Swatkins. I love that nickname. But yeah, man, I'm going to call it quits here. Go Wizards. We're seeing this. We're seeing the puzzle align now. We're seeing it. We got this. You just got to hang in there. And don't get too concerned when we go on losing streaks. As long as we see these flashes, just got to be patient. The main word, the key word that we've all learned, including myself, is just patience is virtue. Patience is key. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it quits. I keep yammering for no reason. All right. I believe nothing else came out. I'm already excited for the trade deadline. And I keep refreshing Twitter. Yeah, nothing coming out right now. All right, y'all. Take care, everybody. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Peace, y'all.